this is Doxy Mom, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so already, I'd greatly appreciate if you hit that little red subscribe button. You can ring the bell for notifications, and if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Well, Miss Valentine and I, we're going to bring you the news in 15 minutes or less, so let's get started. I first wanted to start out with a tweet from Deanna Lorraine at Deanna for Congress, and she tweeted this out. So now that Trump has said hospitals need to report numbers to White House instead of the CDC just came out and said they made another mistake in Florida. And they've also been counting pneumonia and flu as COVID, dropping their number from approximately 90,000 to 11,000. So many mistakes, huh? In tweet. And one of my wonderful subscribers, Sherry, and if you'd like to give her a follow on Twitter, she's at HODAPP, H-O-D-A-P-P, Sherry on Twitter, and she sent me a link over to Hartford Courant, and that is reporting that the state of Connecticut, well, they discovered a flaw in their coronavirus testing system that led to at least 90 false positive COVID tests. Now, Dr. Deidre Gifford, she's the acting DPH commissioner. She said that nearly all of the affected tests were taken from nursing homes or assisted living facilities. Guys, this is horrible. Can you imagine the fear this created, since mostly elderly people die from COVID? And I'm sure these people, their children and their grandchildren, feared the worst for their loved ones. But now, Connecticut, they have tested 650,000 people. There have been around 48,000 confirmed cases. The article did not list the number of fatalities. They say that they have modified the system that caused the false positives, and the system should be more accurate. Now, in my opinion, guys, if you aren't sick, there's absolutely no reason to go get a test for coronavirus, and I'm going to tell you more about that here in just a minute. Now, maybe in Connecticut, they're just automatically testing everyone in a nursing home. I don't know, but I do know they've been lying about coronavirus and the numbers and everything from the beginning, and I'll leave a link. Now, over in Kentucky, a woman who tested positive for coronavirus but wasn't showing any symptoms, she went and she got tested. Well, her and her husband, they ended up wearing ankle monitors after a run-in with the health department. Now, the health department in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, requested that this woman, her name is Elizabeth Linscott, they wanted her to sign a document that would limit her traveling anywhere unless she called the health department first. Well, Elizabeth, she didn't sign the document. I wouldn't have either. But her reasoning was that if she needed to go to the hospital or the emergency room, she wasn't going to wait around and get approval from the health department to go. However, a couple of days after she denied signing the self-isolation and controlled movement agreed order, the Hardin County Sheriff's Department, well, they showed up unannounced at her door. There were 8 people in 5 cars, and a man in a hazmat suit comes into her home and puts ankle monitors on both Elizabeth and her husband. And if they travel more than 200 feet, their ankle monitors will alert law enforcement. Well, guys, if I was wearing one of those, my ankle monitor would go off every day because my barn's probably at least 300 feet from my house. Anyway, this is wrong on so many levels, and I'm sure it's unconstitutional, and I'm guessing she is totally regretting going and getting tested. Now, the good news is she's hiring a lawyer. The bad news is she's having to hire a lawyer because lawyers are expensive, and I'll leave a link. Now, Hail to the Chief tweeted this out. what's going to happen when people realize they've been wearing face masks for nothing in tweet? The Bradford File tweeted, the media switched from deaths to new cases because the death rate has been decreasing and they're trying to keep the fear porn going until the election in tweet, and that's exactly what the fake news is trying to do. Keep everybody just so scared. And guys, please don't fear. Put your trust in the Lord. Proverbs 3:5 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Now, Matt Couch, he had a Twitter thread, and in that Twitter thread, it was saying where President Trump says it's good to wear a mask. And here are several thoughts on that from different people. Tough Granny 18, she tweeted this, trust Trump now more than ever. He knows what he is doing. He plays them so much better than they realize. I believe he is setting them up with the mask. Then, boom, now they can't push mail-in voting because we can just wear a mask. Ha! He keeps them going in tweet, and I completely agree, Tough Granny. Now, one place I won't mind wearing a mask is to walk into my polling station and vote for our favorite president. Now, Cuban American said this, absolutely convinced. Just watch. Now that he said wear them, the mainstream media will back down. The governors who've been mandating them will change their tune in tweet. And guys, I certainly hope so, unless the media starts saying that, oh, masks don't work, then they'll go back to pushing mail-in voting. But guys, I'm not worried. I know it's been prophesied. President Trump will win in 2020, and I just stay in prayer about it all. Now, Breitbart, they're reporting that Democrat Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf's house was vandalized early Tuesday morning with messages supporting the defund the police movement. Now, the Oakland police have opened an investigation. Things like cancel rent, defund OPD, homes for all, and drop the charges were spray painted in red on her garage door. Sounds like socialist to me. Anyway, the defacement of the mayor's home comes as the Oakland City Council will meet to decide on whether to further slash the police department's budget, even though the mayor is using the police to find out who vandalized her home and possibly going to use a police report to file a homeowner's insurance claim. But the mayor called for more funds for non-law enforcement methods of safety, though she recognized that 100,000 people call 911 every year needing the police. Now, guys, what they need is Jesus. Jesus wants us to love our neighbors, not threaten them and vandalize their homes. So, pray for the mayor and pray for the vandals that they will find Jesus and repent. And I'll leave a link. Now, the Gateway Pundit, they're reporting that on Tuesday, President Trump, he signed an executive order banning illegal aliens from the 2020 census count for the purpose of congressional representation. The census is taken every 10 years, and it's used to allot seats to the U.S. House of Representatives, in addition to distributing almost $1 trillion in federal funds. Well, the Democrats, they didn't take this very well, and the DNC chair, Tom Perez, he freaked out and slammed our wonderful president. But I'm sure that President Trump, he's heard worse. And so thank you, President Trump, for once again doing the right thing for America. And I'll leave a link, and I'm going to leave you with 1 John chapter 3, verses 11 through 15 that say, for this is the message you heard from the beginning. We should love one another. Do not be like Cain, who belonged to the evil one and murdered his brother. And why did he murder him? Because his own actions were evil and his brothers were righteous. Do not be surprised, my brothers and sisters, If the world hates you, we know that we have passed from death to life because we love each other. Anyone who does not love remains in death. Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, this is Doxy Mom, and God bless you all.